We're going to make some tortillas de maize. Instead of the tortillas de harina, which I've made before, we're going to make tortillas de maize, and we're going to do this together. So, I'm going to wash my hands real quick. So while the Sopa de Fideo, which is not really Fideo because the Fideo is a long grain, but it is pasta. Sopa de orzo. What's it? Sopa de orzo. I'm sorry about that. But you can call it Sopa de Fideo, but I didn't use the Fideo noodles. There are some noodles out there that are very long and stringy, and Mama used to use the orzo as well, and she used to call it Sopa de Fideo. So I think the main thing is using the pasta. So it's still almost done, and I already tasted it, so yummy. I will add a little bit more salt in it, just to give it a little bit of, and then because I added some of that smoked paprika, oh yum. And traditionally you don't put the smoked paprika, but I like the flavor. So if you want it traditional, you can make it your way, but this is my way of making it. So I like the smoked paprika. I fell in love with the smoked paprika. And I mean, you can put whatever herbs, and also, I were you, I'd put some oregano in it. Yum. Yum. You could use a little less of the smoked paprika and more of, and actually you could use less of all of the spices that I put in there. But I like my food a little spicy, and especially if I'm making a sopa. And this is going to be a delicious sopa. And the tomatoes they kind of balance out the spiciness, and with the serrano peppers that I put in there, so it balances the spicy with the tomatoes. It does balance the spices and with the peppers, and so it kind of gives it a nice flavor. But here you go. So I'm going to put just a little bit of salt in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of just some water. And you know, I made some arepas, and then I used the chicken broth instead, and I put some oil in it, but because I made their like tortas. So, but these are going to be tortillas. And you know, before we even get started, and I meant to mention it, here are the presses. This is a tortilla. You can go get one at your local Mexican store. And there's one, this is a wood one, and this is a silver one. Pretty cool, huh? And I even seen some iron ones, and I can't wait to get the iron one, but this is pretty cool. And I found this at a restaurant supply store, but I'm sure you can order it online. And the wood one, I got it, and I love this because this is the kind Mama used to make. It is handcrafted. So, I mean, it's so cool. It's so old-fashioned. And what you do is you just kind of wet the back of the, this is how Mama used to do, just wet it so that it sticks. Okay? And we're going to use that today because that's what we used to use. And then all I did was, and it's really easy, and this is masa de maize. And masa you can find, it's already in a bag, or you can buy it in bulk. I like getting the organic kind, and make sure that you get the non-GMO, which I think is much better, and it's white corn, and it's dry, and it's treated. And they treat it with a bit of lime to loosen up the outside the hull of the corn, and then it releases the outside of it, the peeling, which is a hull, and then they wash it, and then but some of that lime is still going to kind of slip through, but hopefully they wash it thoroughly. And so as long as you know a company that does quality masa de maíz, I think you'll be okay. But we've been eating it, and it's just delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and start kind of mixing that together. It's almost like a tamale kind of mixture, and it's like a dough, almost like a cookie dough. You want to compare it to a cookie dough? Oops. It's like a cookie dough. And use your hands. Use your hands. It's good to use. And I put a little bit of salt in it. Mom sometimes she used to put a little baking soda. I don't know why, because it's really not necessary to put baking soda in it. Maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe to make it fluffier. Not too sure. I'm going to try it. I used to try it. And so I'm going to leave this water over here on the side. So I have my mantel already. Or you can use a tortilla warmer. But this is good enough for me. And then I'm going to oil my skillet, season it just a little bit. I'm going to smear that up. Oops. Alrighty. And then I'm going to take a paper towel here. Kind of smear that off like that. And just kind of put it on the side there, because I might need it again. And then what I'm going to do, if you can see this, I'm going to open that up. I don't have enough water. Put a little bit more water on there. I thought this was fun when I was a kid. But I thought this was, you know, kind of fun when I was young. And so what I'm going to do is just roll them up in a ball, like that, depending on how thick you want them. So let's try a little one for right now. And you just kind of smash that gently. Come on. Well, we'll get it. There you go. As you see, I'm a professional when it comes to this. Not really. But nowadays, you can just go to the store and just get the tortilla. But if you want to make them, it's that simple. That easy to make. So I think I'm going to make them a little bit thicker, so it won't be so hard for me to take them out. And then you just take a spatula. See how it's bubbling up? Flip it over. I'm going to adjust this fire. So I'm adjusting the fire between medium to medium low to medium high. And my mom used to make these like, I mean, like she was so good at making these things. See how it's bubbling up? Nice and pretty over there. And you can also use this masa harina if you want to make some corn empanadas, traditional corn empanadas. Okay, so you're going to get it's going to be a trial and error type of thing. So you're going to get a couple funky ones. That's okay. This one's a little bit thicker. I don't know if I wanted that thick. So what I'm going to do is take it back. And it's, you know, you just kind of have to get used to. But make sure you have like a non-stick plastic, because otherwise it's going to stick to the wood or to your to the metal or the whatever, the aluminum or whatever tortilla press you have. And I even seen an electric tortilla press. That takes the fun out of making tortillas. We used to make fresh homemade tortillas every day. Actually, my sisters did. And our kitchen was so busy. That little small kitchen was always busy. Alrighty. I gotta try this. Much better. Much better than the store-bought. You can make these. Make them in advance, and you can make your tacos out of them. And you can make all these in advance and then have like a cover it up with a moist or a damp towel so it doesn't they don't dry out. Mom, of course, used her hands. Now I can do that with the flour tortillas, but since I'm a little bit of a rookie, I'm making these pork tortillas. So I think these are going to be fine. Alright, I'm going to put it on the hot spot over here so I can finish cooking. See how that's bubbling up? And sometimes those tortillas go whoop, and it's so pretty to see. Let's see if I can get a couple of them that are equivalent. And sometimes you can find tortillerias, which they make the fresh tortillas every day. And I used to love to go, when I was in Mexico, Mexicali actually, with my cousins, and we used to go get that. Every day. It was so nice. Okay. Alrighty. And those tortillas are going to go really good with my Sopa de Fideo or the orzo. And you don't have to you don't have to worry about these getting hard, because these will not get hard, and if they do, make tostadas out of them. Which is nice. If my parents had a restaurant, I would have been running it. I wish they did have a restaurant. I really, really wish they did. And because I would have been running the restaurant. But my dad wanted, he had a bar and grill in Sacramento, California, and there's a bridge over the area where he used to have the bar and grill, and it was called El Clavel. And but I didn't know that until I was like an adult, that he had this, and he never really talked about it. So maybe it was one of his dreams that didn't come to fruition, and he wished he would have had that. And maybe because of things did not turn out the way he thought it would. And so when he had us, the family, he had to support the family, so he got out of it and But I believe that was his dream. Was his dream to have a bar and grill. But me, that's my dream to have a cafe, and I never knew that. And I said, well, I probably heard it while it was in my mom's womb. But anyways, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to plate the sopa, and then I'm going to show you how to eat the tortilla with the sopa, and it's going to be good. So I'll see you soon.